this has been an interesting week. This morning we had the hearing on the motion to dismiss against our takings lawsuit, and we won at least part of that, the declaratory judgment part. So the lawsuit's not going away yet. We're going to do a motion for summary judgment on part of it, and then we know that whatever happens, either way, we're all going to end up at the Court of Appeals. So we're kind of just resigned to the fact that we're making our record at the state court and getting ready to do that. And that's going to take a while to wend its way through the courts. The Missouri Supreme Court issued an order, I think last week, but recently, that basically says as of June 15th, all bets are off. Every court can do what they want. They're lifting any requirements or stays on court proceedings, and each court can decide how it wants to get along. The only two courts in our area that still have restrictions really are the city and the county. Chris is in St. Charles live right now. We've been going out there pretty much the whole time. We've been going to Jefferson. Our outstate courts that we go to less often are all open. The federal court and bankruptcy court are allowing attendance in person again. So it's just the city and the county. The city presiding judge issued an order that basically allows all evictions except for rent and possessions where the judgment was rendered after April 17th of this year. So all of our old cases have been gotten through, and that kind of thing. The city also, I think, just based on the random feedback that we get, is doing a better job dispersing funds to landlords, with tenant applications to pay for the rent. And I think they're paying a lot. I mean, I've heard that they're paying up to 3 months going forward as well as up to 12 months back. But in any event, I think we're seeing less problems in the city right now because of that. In the county ERAP program still seems to be a mess. We get feedback all the time that it takes forever and, that kind of thing. I think there are some people that have been successful getting it. We have some large landlords who have been successful dragging the tenants into their office, making them sign the paperwork and getting the paperwork through. But those are large companies that have the staffing and the ability to put time into that to do it. The smaller landlords are still kind of getting hosed, I think, and having a difficult time getting information. I will tell you this. If your tenant says they've applied for the county ERAP program, you should have them give you the receipt that has their application number on it. And then you can call the county and they will, confirm that application and tell you if you need to submit anything. Supposedly they will do this. You'll at least be able to confirm that they submitted it. As you know, the CDC moratorium expires at the end of this month. We're not filing any more motions to strike CDC declarations because by the time we could get them heard, it would already be over. So we don't see the necessity in charging people to do that. We don't think that the CDC is going to extend their moratorium, although there have been some editorials in some of the larger newspapers and everything asking for that. But I think that we are in the situation now, and other than the slowness of the county, everybody who's going to apply and who qualifies has applied. The tenants who legitimately want to get the help with their rent from the government have applied, and the landlords have gotten paid or are in the process of being paid. And the holdouts are the people who know they're not going to qualify or just are unwilling to take any action as long as they think there's an eviction moratorium. We think that's going to end. The CDC, said they were ending the mask mandate. So I don't see how they can do that and continue an eviction moratorium. We also know that according to, news accounts, the virus is dwindling down quite a bit. People can get vaccinated if they choose to. And I hope everybody chooses to. I want y'all to be safe. But in any event, vaccinated or not, the numbers are way, way, way down. The Cardinals are going to be playing to a full stadium soon. The Muni's back up. I just bought season tickets to the Sheldon yesterday. We're talking about trying to see if we can get to see Hamilton at the Fox. And then I got to try to get Lion King for my grandson. But, it's like back to kind of normal, right? We went out to a restaurant last night and you had to wear a mask to get to your table, and then the mask was over. I feel kind of bad for the wait staff because they're still wearing masks, but I hope that they can get that. It's like you're being served by hostages. So with respect to the county, I also want to say that even though the Supreme Court has said they're taking away COVID restrictions, their mandate of COVID restrictions, June 15th, the individual courts can still do what they want to do. Judge Burton has said he's going to phase 3, June 11th. We don't even really know what phase 3 means, except they're not going to let us in yet. So we're not sure what the difference is. They've been running a couple of criminal jury trials a week. They've been getting through that backlog. We have been told that we will start to do in-person bench trials July 15th. So our trials from July 15th forward, we're no longer sending out the remote instructions, or maybe the people can appear remote if they want to. I think they're still working that out, but we're expecting to be in court, Christine and I in court, starting the 15th. And we've told our judge that we are like freaking miracle workers on this. We've been having to set these trials every hour, every half an hour, and then some of the people don't show up. It's a huge time waster. But in the old days when we were in court, we'd have docket at 9, motions at 9:30, and then they'd set, up to 20 trials at 10. And while Christine was trying the first one, I'd be settling all the rest of them, or most of the rest of them. So we can go through them a lot more quickly and efficiently in person. So that's going to be good news. The bad news is that because of 4th of July and because of judge school or something, we have a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks in a row, and we don't have court at all. So a lot of our stuff is getting pushed out, but it's getting pushed out to when we're going to be there in person. So we should be able to catch it up. We don't know when they're going to start allowing dockets in person. We would like that to be right now, but we're hoping that will come soon. Our county presiding judge, as you know, has been very cautious about letting people back into the courthouse. We hope that he starts to feel more confident about it. We think, starting to let us in to do some things and not having everybody drop dead, hopefully will give him the feeling that he can, expand that. In the city, we're hearing that they're going to let us back in the courthouse soon. Hey, Chris, what's the deal with the city?
About what?
About us getting back in the courthouse.
We could do trials that no one's told me anything about call dockets.
We can do trials starting now.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to do an in-person trial, anybody can have an in-person trial. Although the judge is still encouraging WebEx if we can for, simplicity.
Okay. I don't know if you heard that, but Chris said our judge in the city is letting us do in-person trials if we want. He's kind of still encouraging WebEx. But there's a lot of people who can't get on WebEx because of the way their phones are configured and that kind of thing. So we don't have any news yet about when we'll be doing dockets in person in the city, but I'm betting it's in July. I'm betting it's soon. Chris is poo-pooing me, but
my money's on September.
Yeah, he thinks September. We'll see. It's, we're constantly arguing here about when we're going to do it. People are having meltdowns because they can't go to court. I had a little one this morning because I couldn't get on my WebEx hearing on our takings lawsuit. It wouldn't let me in. We eventually worked that out, but it's a pain in the butt. If I had been there, in person, I would have been there in front of the judge. So that's pretty much all I have. Does anyone have any questions or concerns or feedback? Anything? Y'all doing okay? I see some nods. Okay. Then if you will allow me, I'm going to ask Michael to briefly explain how you guys can help me on my Google ratings, which I appreciate very much. And I appreciate all your business and your calls and your referrals. We're very, very grateful for that.
Michael, you need to unmute yourself.
Thank you for that, Lloyd.
There you go.
John, can you please let me share my screen. It says the host has disabled participant screen sharing. And that should be at the bottom of your screen. And this is really,
There you go.
oh, thank you so much. Okay, so this is really important because I think we can all agree that what Kathy does is provides incredible value for all of us that are in this, doing this, right? Doing rent and possessions, doing landlord work, doing any kind of contract work where it is related to how we are as landlords. So I've written a review. I know John Lee has written a review. When I first started looking at this, like Kathy said, the ratings were under 3 out of 5, okay? And that's not good. And I read the reviews and they were clearly reviews that were written by unhappy tenants who were not paying their rent. Well, you know, there's lots of arguments to be said why not someone's not paying their rent. But in reality, the bottom line is you guys got to pay your mortgage, right? So Kathy can help you do that. So what I'm going to show you is how Google works as far as the rankings. Many of you probably know how to do this already. But just know that Google is the new Yellow Pages. And for those of us that are probably 10 and 15 years younger than me, Yellow Pages is where you went to find whatever you were looking for: a vacuum cleaner repair person, a lawyer, all of these different things. So I have opened up, first of all, can you see my screen? Just nod your head, please. Okay, very good. It says, I've gone to incognito because I do have a Google account. You can go to incognito by going here and doing an incognito window if you do not have a Google account. If you have a Google account or a Gmail and you've written a review, this is not for you. It's not going to let you do another one unless you open up a second Google a Gmail account. Okay, so because I've written a review and given Kathy a well-deserved 5 stars, I've gone to incognito window. You go there, you put in the words Kathy, Kathie, Davis, Davis, attorney. And you'll see what comes up, Kathy Davis, attorney. You go down here to what they call map. Click on Kathy Davis. You'll see she's got 3.8 and 23 reviews. You go to here. And you see it says Kathy Davis, many 5s and several 1s. And you can imagine who the 1s are from. They are from disgruntled, unhappy tenants that are not paying their rent. And again, if you want a good laugh, go in and read the 1s. They're ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. It's people not taking responsibility for what they are contractually obligated to do. So you go to write a review, okay? You are asked to sign into your Google account. If you do not have a Gmail or a Google account, go to create account, go to for myself, okay? And instead of doing that, if you don't have a Gmail, just use my current email address, and you put in your current email address, abc@smithproperties.com. It's going to send you a link to your email address in order to enable you to write a review for the value that Kathy gives you. I'm not sure, Kathy, you're doing this like every month, every week, I don't know how often, but
every week.
Okay, my goodness, come on. I mean, attorneys charge $250 an hour. She's giving her time to all of us. I think there's 28 people on this call.
Let me just say 300.
I'm sorry, $300 an hour. It is now 2021. So it's $300 per hour. And she's well worth every penny and more because a lot of attorneys I have talked to are charging much more than that. So she deserves these. If you let me put it this way, if you feel that she has provided value to you in any way, shape, or form, she deserves a 5-star review. Okay, if she doesn't deserve a 5-star review, you need to call me and we need to talk, because that's just not how I feel. I feel that she is not only competent, but compassionate, transparent, and honest. And for those 4 adjectives to be applied to any attorney in any town, anywhere, I think is pretty rare. Okay. Please unmute yourself and ask me any questions. And I'm also going to put in the chat box, if I can find the chat box, my phone number, my name and phone number. Where the heck is it? Because I want to make sure that people, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. Why can't I put, oh, here we go. Sorry. In the chat box is my name and my email address. I get a lot of spam for whatever reason. So if you email me and I don't respond back within 2 days, it's gone into my spam folder and it's gotten lost. But I can't stress enough how important this is, because people that are not on this call and that are looking to either get into this industry or get in, or are in this industry and having a trouble with a tenant, need to find an attorney. And I just think very highly of Kathy. So what questions do you have? Please unmute yourself.
So
Okay.
Michael,
Yeah.
so did I hear you correctly that if I've already done a review, I am not permitted to do a second one?
That is correct. That is correct. I would encourage you, Paul, to get all your friends who are doing this type of work, who have rental property, I would encourage you to ask them to do a review on Kathy. And if you don't remember the details, just have them call me. I'm happy to walk them through it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. So I tend to ramble. So any other questions for me?
Hey, thank you, Michael. I've got, I was having to think, I left along with John last year sometime on for Kathy. But could you talk about putting in a second one, but if you have a spouse that has a Gmail account, you could have your spouse put one in though, right? Yeah.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. And
has an email account.
Well, yeah. And, if your spouse has a direct relationship, given Kathy's transparency, honesty, and competency, I would encourage you to do that. I would never encourage someone to write a fake review. I don't think that's fair, because that's what the tenants are doing. They're writing fake reviews. But if you have a spouse that is involved in your business, absolutely, please do.
Michael, I appreciate that so much. I appreciate those of you who have already done a review, and those who can do it in the future. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
Sure. There are 28 people on this call. I believe 1, 2, 3. Well, Kathy, you're not going to do one on yourself. So there's 20.
I can't do one on myself?
Well,
Wait.
you can, sure. So 24 more reviews, unless there's other people I don't know that have already written a review. I would appreciate that you go in and do this. I'm going to mention, oh, great. Thank you, Laura. Laura Lennington just wrote review just completed. That was
you.
Okay. So thank you, Laura. My phone number is 314-503-5153. Doesn't matter if you recognize my name or remember my name or not. I answer to many things. So thank you and best of luck. I have been following this whole thing the last year, and it's just some of it's really unfortunate situations, and some of it is people gaming the system, and that's not fair to you or to me. Okay, So, you know, because it's really the middle class and upper middle class taxpayers that are going to be suffering from all of this. Okay, that's all I got.
Thanks, Michael. I was just thinking that, you know, a year ago when we started doing this with you guys, we didn't know, we had no idea what we were doing. Okay. It was about a year ago. We were on my phone, on my cell phone in the conference room, passing it around. So we've all improved a lot and learned a lot about the technology. Sometimes we've been dragged into the technology kicking and screaming, but it's going to be interesting to see where we go from this. You know, so many people who are just not going to go back to a real office anymore, working from home. Hopefully we're going to get back to a real court soon, but we'll keep keeping you updated. And unless anybody, oh wait, let me check the chat. I always forget to look at that. Okay, great. That was Laura and Michael. Thank you. So I'll see you guys next week unless anybody has anything else they need right now.
Yeah, we're up to, you know what? Thank you, Laura, because we were at 3.8 previously. Now we're up to 3.9. So
Yay!
yeah. So your reviews, your comments, your 5 stars get us back up there. So
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, Kathy. for
Thank
saying
you,
everything.
Kathy. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Everybody good? I'll see you next week if nobody has anything else.
All right. Thanks again. Have a great week.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Okay, and anybody else want to hang out here after Kathy's update? This is Lloyd Allender. I'm the president of St. Louis Real Estate Investors, and after Kathy's weekly update, we usually hang out and do little haves and wants. If you got a property you want to sell, or you got something you're looking for, excuse me, all this allergies. I heard some other people clearing their throat too. All this, excuse me. Or if you have some services you want to offer to real estate investors, or if you're looking for a service. In fact, I'll start off things this week. A couple weeks ago, I was saying that I was had worked on. I was getting a TaskRabbit, account. I set up a TaskRabbit account and went out looking for a handyman. I needed some deck repairs, so just light carpentry, I would call it, skills. That's how I posted it for some deck repairs. You know, a few loose steps and a handrail that need to be tightened up and reinforced, that kind of thing. And yeah, I got referred to a guy named Ryan, and met with him. I purchased all of the materials on this particular job. I purchased all materials, so I knew what I wanted to do, and I brought my tools along too and kind of worked with him because I wasn't sure exactly what kind of tools he had. But he had a very good supply. I kind of looked over his tool bag when he showed up. He had a good supply of tools for light carpentry work, and we got my job knocked out in 2 hours. I was estimated it was going to be 4 hours, but since I was helping him, I'll take credit for the other 2 hours that we got it done in. And I'll pass along his information. He gave me one of his cards. I haven't scanned it yet, but his name is Ryan, and they just go by had a S as his last initial, so I'm not really sure what his name was. But he gave me his card and it said, you know, a lot of people, they contact him the first time on TaskRabbit. After that, he gives them their card and you just go through him directly, as I think they take about a 15% fee out of the middle when you go through them and pay through a credit card. But his name was Ryan S. And his number is, he got 2 numbers here. I think his cell was 314-563-6242. And then the other one is 414-915-5221. It must be somebody else's landline or something. But anyway, that's I would recommend him. You got some light carpentry. He says on his card he does TV mounting because he's part of TaskRabbit, and I think they do furniture assembly, minor home repairs, and more. He said, but even on his card he also says called Perfection Handyman and Lawn Care. So I guess he does do some lawn care items too. In fact, now that I realize that, I just got a vacancy I'm going to be working on, and I got some shrubs that need to be trimmed there. I might give them a call back on that. So, anybody else got anything? How you doing, Laura Lennington? You got any properties under contract you're looking for an assignment?
Well, I don't have anything that I haven't talked about before, but I've got a North City property, cheap. And I've also got like a South City property. So if anybody buys in either 63147 or 63118, please reach out to me. I'd love to tell you about these. I have mentioned them before. But yeah, still working on it. You know, inventory's a little low, but I've been just kicking my own butt a little bit and making sure I make offers every day, and things are starting to pick back up. So maybe next week I'll have something new. Other than that, if anybody on the call is in a tired landlord situation with any of your properties, where you're able or willing to sell at a discount, you know, that may be something I can help you with. I could maybe help connect you with a buyer. I do know of at least, well, I'd say for sure I know of one person who will buy non-performing rentals. So if you're desperate to get rid of one with a tenant in place that's not performing, I would be able to bring someone to the table who buys in most areas. You know, not sure if price would work because they would be buying at a discount, but it's something we could look into. So just keep that in mind, everyone. I'm here to help in whatever way I can, and hope everyone's doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Can I say one more thing? Sorry,
Sure.
I just thought, Bruce Stotler, I got your voicemail. I tried to call you back and it wasn't going through. So anyway, you can call me again today, Bruce, if you want. I tried to get back with you before. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, Bruce is on here.
Hello, this is Steve Patel.
Yeah, Steve, go ahead.
How did you find Ryan?
I found him through a website called taskrabbit.com.
How you spell it?
It's TASKRABBIT.com.
Okay. And the number here is 536 or 563?
His number?
Yeah,
Ryan's number is 314
yeah.
536
Oh, 536, okay.
536 6242. In fact, I put it while Laura was talking. I put it in the chat.
I got it.
Chat also there.
I wrote reverse a little bit, so that's why I don't know.
He calls his company Perfection Handyman and Lawn Care.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Appreciate it.
I see Dan has a comment here. Does anyone have a recommendation for a contractor that does concrete stair repairs? Need to have some broken entry steps, stairs skim coated or painted. Okay, if anybody knows anybody that does some concrete repair, that might be something a handyman could do. If it's yeah, just some minor stuff. If it gets too bad, yeah, you might have to tear them out and re-pour them. But you know what you got there. Anybody have any buddy that's done concrete repair for him? Yes, so you can speak up or leave a note in the chat box for Dan. Who we got here? Okay, Ms. Rodriguez says, "Hi, I'm starting in wholesaling and I'm looking for an end buyer to partner with. Anyone interested?" Okay, you can call her 314-775-6686. Okay, anybody else got anything?
I'll throw one last thing out there,
Sure, please do.
if that's okay. Okay, so for anyone who's, if anyone knows of any rundown properties, I know we can all find them easily as we drive around, but if you've got one on your street or on a street of one of your rentals, you got a nuisance property in your neighborhood that you would like to see somebody do something with it and you're not interested in it, shoot me the address. I've been skip tracing, making phone calls, sending postcards. I do my own lead generation with Driving for Dollars, but if anyone wants to take 5-10 seconds to send me a text, it's something I could look into, and maybe we get that nuisance property taken care of eventually for you. So I'm going to put my phone number in the chat. Like I said, just if you want to just shoot me a quick message. Hi, Laura, this is John. Here's nuisance property. Shoot me the address. I'll go after it. We'll see what we can do. So there's my number here. That was just one last thought. Thank you.
Okay, no, thank you. Yeah, that's good. Good put. Yeah, because that's one thing us real estate investors and rehabbers do is want to turn nuisance properties into nice properties. And it's
Yep.
people like you that are out looking for them all the time that are helping.
Yeah,
helping people.
exactly. Whether it's your own neighborhood or a neighborhood you're investing in, and you can't take them all down. So if you got something that you're passing on anyway, but it kind of just bugs you when you look at it, just shoot me the address. You never know.
Yeah. Okay, well, nobody else has anything. I'll make a few little announcements. I should print it out here. I had some trouble with my internet service just before I came on here, so I kind of closed all my other windows. I had a window open with our announcements for our June meeting. We have our next major meeting is coming up here on June 15th. That's like less than 2 weeks away here. A week from this coming Tuesday. We've got Jan Duke is going to be here. She's going to have a panel of other women investing in real estate or working in real estate, like she's done in the past. She's got Melody Claiborne coming. And John, if you got that information handy, the other two women, one of is Sandy Rubin, a stager, does staging, and there's another woman who was a coach, Deb Anderson, I believe it was. So we're going to have a little wide variety of speakers coming in. So we'll have hopefully be a really good meeting. Everybody usually enjoys to see what Jan Duke is up to. She does some fabulous rehabs, luxury rehabs in West County, and I'm interested myself in seeing what she's got going. Anyway, and also we're working on myself and our Vice President Dan Heyman are out visiting a couple of facilities. We're trying to get back together again and meeting in person. We're hopefully by September is what we're shooting for. We were looking at a couple of facilities with the St. Louis Realtors facility we were meeting at is not going to be available in the evenings anymore. We were grandfathered in previously because we had met there for over 10, probably 20 years. But they were eliminating all after hours meetings in the evenings. And since we kind of lost our grandfather status over this last year, nobody been able to meet there. So we're looking for another facility now, and hopefully we've got some good possibilities here, and hopefully we'll get back together for our main Tuesday meeting. But I like these Friday sessions. I think we might continue these even after we get back to meeting on third Tuesday and having lunch on the first Friday. I know that's something John started to a number of years ago, and it's really caught on. So appreciate everybody keeping up with us on these Friday calls. And anybody thought of anything else before we sign off? So you got anything, John? You want to unmute yourself and got Anything for
I
now?
don't have anything else. Just stay tuned. Watch your inbox and always look at the website. But yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. We got a couple others we're working on. And as you know, like you said, we were talking about when we're going back live. So we were kind of on hold to announce some other things, but we have some really good stuff coming up the next 2 months before we go live. I mean, before we go in person, I should say. We're always live.
We're always live.
Hopefully we're always alive if all goes well.
We don't lose anybody on these calls.
If we're not, we won't be here. So no, but I don't really have anything else. Just, yeah, watch your inbox and look at the website. Thank you.
Yeah, those meetings are posted on our website now and on Meetup. I put it on Meetup last night. So thank you all for coming. See you next time, next Friday, if not otherwise. Take care. Bye-bye.
Y'all. Take care.